Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to kick off official Christmas decorating here in my home, and I am going to be decorating the tree with all of the DIY ornaments that I made this year. And I'm also going to be sharing with you how I made this garland and some DIY stockings, all to fit in this English cottage collected filled with a little bit of old world touch to my home for this Christmas. So this year I got the itch to DIY some ornaments, and particularly I wanted to paint them and just create my own little pattern to create that English cottage handmade collected feel. So I got a variety of paints that I thought would mesh well with traditional Christmas colors along with other fun, playful colors to just add that, again, collected handmade feel. So these are the paints that I got, and using a gold color pencil, I just went ahead and drew little thingamajiggers on there, just different patterns that I gathered from Pinterest that I thought would look really cute and English cottagey of a pattern on these ornaments. And then once I just loosely created some of the shapes that I wanted, I went in and painted. I didn't have the best detailed brushes, so they didn't look quite as fine in detail, but I still liked the pattern that they had. I feel this is perfect for me. I know every Christmas I have wanted different color schemes or a different style, and this is a great way to save money. That way I'm not buying different ornaments of different colors and just having a bunch of different types of ornaments in different colors. And this way I can just repaint them and do a different pattern every year based on the color scheme and style of that year. So I feel that this is a great way, and just to elevate the look of these ornaments, I did buy ribbon that would mesh well with each of the colors, and it's like a velvet fringe type of ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I got them during their discount sale. So that's a great way to save and to add some more, I guess, luxurious look to the ornaments. Now to start on my DIY stockings, I made a template out of some craft paper that I had, and I am going to be using this as my guide as I cut around the fabric. And I am sharing with you the test run I did with this stocking. So here I'm just showing you that once you're using the glue gun, make sure to round the areas where they're supposed to be round with the glue gun, so that way you don't have like straight lines when you flip it inside out. Because I am hot gluing these stockings instead of sewing, I don't want them to be smaller than the template, so I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch to 1 inch around the template, and that way there's room for the hot glue to sit, and that way it's actually at the end it will be the size or closer in size to my template. My first piece of fabric, I cut it with the print facing up, and then the second I am going to cut it with the template facing down, so the white portion of the fabric needs to be facing you, and that is so you have two pieces facing each other when you're hot gluing them. And then this is so that when you flip it inside out, you don't have a weird fringe seam and you can't tell it's been hot glued. Instead, it looks like a sewed seam. This is totally optional, but I put my template above my fabric and I use that as my guide to hot glue and follow the curves of the template, so that way I didn't have any choppy lines. Once you're done gluing, you flip it inside out just to make sure that there are no gaps that you missed. And once I see and check it, make sure it's all right, I'm going to flip it back inside out, and I am going to be cutting a piece of fabric the width that you would like. I think mine was 3 inches, and it's one piece of fabric folded in half, and the part that is open or cut, I'm going to glue that to the top portion of my stocking. So I'm just going to add some glue onto the bottom here. Once this side is secured, I'm going to flip it around and do the same for the back side. Once I finish attaching this piece, notice that the bottom portion is inside out. So once I've finished attaching this, I'm going to flip the stocking inside out, and then I'm going to add a bead of glue to finish this off, or to close this top portion off, and then flip the top portion upside down or inside out to be the hanging part of this top portion of the stocking, and then that way you have a nice seam on the side. I didn't do this for my first stocking, so the first stocking was a learning curve, and that's how I knew to do this, so that way I wasn't left with a jagged, weird seam like the first one here, and it looks pretty good if you do it this way. And for the hanging part, I'm just going to use scraps of the fabric of that particular stocking and secure it with some hot glue gun towards the bottom, and then you can add a little extra something like an embroidered initial at the top or a bell, and you will see me do that in just a bit. I really love how this makeover turned out in this hallway area, and the pegs are perfect because I don't have a fireplace mantle to hang our stockings, so I figured this is a perfect spot to hang all of the stockings and make this little space really festive for Christmas. To add a little extra something or interest to the stocking, you can add some bells, and you can add bells from wherever. These I got from Hobby Lobby when they were still available. And to attach them, I'm just going to take them off the pick part and add some fabric through the hole, and then hot glue that towards the bottom of the flap, and that's how I'm going to attach them to give them a higher end look. So this Christmas, I really wanted to invest in real looking garlands, and I missed the 60% off right when it went on. And I needed a garland that was at least a little over 6 feet, and all of the garlands are 6 feet. So I had the idea to just get a base of some type of greenery that would best resemble something Christmassy, and then use some pine picks from Hobby Lobby, since they were inexpensive and more affordable. So I believe the ones that I got were the pine, just regular, no pine cones, no nothing extra added, just regular pine. They resemble the realistic pine. They were about $1 and change each, and for $30 here I'm at Target, and for $30 you get a 6-foot garland, and it was very sparse. And this way I get a garland that's a little over 6 feet and a little more fuller for the same price. So I went with this fern one because I thought it best resembled something Christmassy, and I added the picks. So I did all this at the store to kind of give me a little bit of an insight as to how it would look, and so I went with the fern one. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some floral wire and attach the picks to the garland, and that's all I did. It was super easy peasy, and I just, wherever the pick would end, that's where I would start the new one and attach that to my base garland. And once I was done, I believe it was 8.5 if not 9 feet in length, and looked extremely full. I already had some eucalyptus picks here at the house that I no longer was using, and I thought I could add them to the garland to further give that full and realistic feel to this garland. Here I'm sharing with you just how it looks all attached, the picks with the base garland. And then once I have it attached where I want it, I am going to fluff it out, mess with it a little more, and add the eucalyptus without attaching it, just kind of sticking it into the garland. I decided I wanted the garland to hang in the hallway area, so to attach, I already had nails on both sides of the walls. All I did was add some floral wire, kind of like in a circular shape, and use that as my attaching mechanism for the garland. And it's not heavy, so it holds up really great, and I like how lush and full and just realistic this garland looks, and it adds the perfect Christmas touch to this side of the house. Here's another garland that I made using a different garland for my base, but using the same technique as the other one. I also had some different greenery to add as picks and to add to that fullness. I think adding different greenery around the home just adds to that realistic touch. Now it's time to decorate this tree, but before that, I am going to fluff out each of the sections here of the tree. This is our new Christmas tree this year, or new to us because I found this at the thrift store for $25. And I'm going to start off by adding garland. So I had shared with you guys a different garland from Hobby Lobby that had the wool balls. I went ahead and returned that, and I bought this garland from there. It had the jute twine tassels on there. I just cut the tassels off. That was just not my look, but I loved the beads. So I got those garlands for $3 and change because they were 60% off at this point, and I bought 5 of those. And then I'm going to add the DIY painted ornaments, and then I have some mercury shatterproof ornaments that I got years ago from Dollar General. I'm just going to add some antique rub and buff on them to age them a little bit and give them an extra something. And then I'm going to also attach my brass antique looking cowbells that I got from Hobby Lobby as well, with different type of ribbons to hang them on the tree. I haven't found anything that I really wanted for a tree topper that would go with the style that I'm going for. And I thought about making over the one we currently have, but it just still not the look I'm going for. So for now, I'm going to add this fringed velvet ribbon from Hobby Lobby in the golden brown color and just adding it as a bow at the very top. So here's my simple DIY Christmas tree for this year. I may or may not add a couple more things here to the Christmas tree, but for now I love how it looks. I love the glow. I just love how everything came together the way I saw it in my head, and I hope you enjoyed decorating the Christmas tree with me and doing all these DIYs for this Christmas. And I hope you got some ideas or inspiration or just really enjoyed watching today's video. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you here and be part of this sweet community here on my channel, and you can do so by clicking the red subscribe button down below. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Have a great rest of your week, weekend, day, night, everything. I love you guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.